Hello everyone, this is Ashish and welcome back to Torq 4712. It is that time of the week. It is Tuesday, and on every Tuesday we are going to talk about specifically how to improve your preparation towards competitive examination. Today we are going to talk about class notes, about every aspect, how you should be making it, how you should be making it in a more efficient manner, how you should be revising it, and for how long you should be revising it. At some point you cannot revise class notes anymore. We are going to talk about all those. There's not going to be any entertainment video that you come over here, watch and go. Take it seriously. If you do not know who I am, I used to be an ISRO scientist. I left my job and now I'm doing all sort of stuff. So when I'm not doing podcasts with my girl Komal, with my buddies like Anshuman, or with my former senseis back from the hustling days, damn that rhymed. I should try in the rapping career also. Just kidding. When I'm not doing telephonic consultancy, when I'm not writing, and when I'm not doing 1,000 other things, I'm here telling you guys how to prepare for competitive examination so that you do not work extremely hard without getting any result. So it is not going to be any other entertainment video that you watch half and go from the middle. If you're going to watch, you're going to watch it full. Otherwise, you go and watch some roasting video, because that's where you freaking belong. Because that's where you freaking belong. I should definitely start a rapping career. Anyways, now let us get into the video. Okay, first let's talk about how to properly make class notes. Now, it is very obvious how you make class notes, but how to properly make class notes. So, you have taken some coaching, online coaching, offline coaching, or you're studying from the free material available online. For example, my classes are also available for free on my YouTube channel itself. So you are following any lecturer, any person who is teaching you properly while you're going to the classes. Obviously, I tell this while I give my classes all the time, that while you're going through the class, you are supposed to sit down with pen and paper. You are supposed to take it seriously. You are supposed to make notes on spot. But a lot of people are doing that, but still they are not doing it in the most perfect manner. They are like, by the end of a particular subject, the class note should look something like this, and turns out looking something like this. It should not be done. All right, it's perfectly fine. Now, what you should be doing, you should be using the same philosophy that we used in short notes. Now, short notes, we used multiple color pen. We tried to utilize the smallest space that was available. Here also we are going to do the same. But over there, we also tried to write the minimum stuff over here. Absolutely, that is necessary. We are going to write over here. But in class notes, we have to write everything, because this is the ultimate notes that we are having. When we are stuck everywhere, when the micro notes does not work, when the short notes does not work, when nothing works, you can come back to your class notes before you get back to your reference books, right? So it is going to be used in the long term. I'm also going to be talking about how many times you should be revising your class notes right now. But first, let us talk about during the class. So I'm going to show you a picture of my class notes while I was preparing for my competitive examination. So you can see over here, and if you're wondering where I can find my class notes or my class notes, then you can go on any of the videos like over here, free study material. I'm going to try to link it in this video itself, and you can click on any link. So you are going to be directed to Google Drive. I'm going to open any page. Okay, so we are taking a look over here, and as you can see, it is written in the best handwriting that I can come up with. All right, obviously, always make your class notes super neat, because you are going to go through it multiple times, and you do not want that headache n number of times every time you revise your class notes. So I'm not having the best handwriting on the face of this planet. Most people know that. But I'll try to do the best to make it neat, and also try to do the best to use the smallest font possible. The good reason for that is your class notes becomes very portable. Now, I know that you must be expecting yourself to be clearing this examination in just 6 months, but I'll tell you my story. I was preparing in college, then I went from college. My college was in Sikkim. I went from there to Delhi. I stayed over there for 1 year. From there, I went to BARC training school, stayed over there for 1 year, and I then went to Indian Space Research Organization. I stayed over there for 16 months. And now I'm here in Bangalore. So the whole cycle, I have to travel from one place to another place. If your class notes are concise, then it is the best. Also, I've talked about this before, that it gives you a psychological advantage that you have to revise less. So that definitely works. So always use the minimum font that is possible. Other than that, you see these underlines, good, well underlined words or sentences. That is not something that I did in class. In class also, these diagrams that I made, I'll make it in the most neat manner possible, but I won't be having sufficient time to sit over there with a scale and pencil. So I did it there the fastest manner possible. But when I'll get back to home, this is my job. When I get back to home, I'm going to revise my class note. This is the first thing that you're supposed to do after your class, or mainly maybe you are doing your classes from home only, online classes. So right after the class, take a break of half an hour, something like that, and then sit down to revise. It is very important that this is the first thing that you do, because when you do it as the first thing after your classes, you're going to require the minimum amount of time to revise those class notes. The more you delay, the more you're going to forget, and the more time you're going to require to do the same task. So understand when to do, what to do. All right, so you're going to revise, and while you're revising, you're going to go through every line. Okay. And the important part, everything that is given in a class is not important for competitive examination. So ones which are important, you put an underline. I'll try to show, for example, over here, bulk mean temperature of a fluid. So I do not need to read everything because this is not a subjective examination. So I'll only underline important part: at a given cross section, variation of temperature. These are the things. Why am I doing this? Because the first time I'm going to revise after, let us say, 1 week, then I'm only going to go through the underlined part. That way the revision is very, very quick. Also, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put the important formulas in the box. Now, obviously, while I'm sitting in the class, I'll not be having the scale and pen to make these beautiful boxes. But when I'm back home, I can do it. So I'll put a box, and the second thing that I'm going to do is pick this formula, put it in my micro notes. That way I'm also building my micro notes. So I'm going to underline the headings and all. I'm going to put boxes. I'm going to underline the important things with green pen. I used to do it with green pen, but it is completely up to you. And also I'm going to create the minor notes. These are your jobs after you're done with the class. This will take somewhere around like 1 to 2 hours. Always try to do as fast as possible, never compromising with the quality. Now, class note becomes very important because you are going to be revising at least 2 times. Now, there's a very simple philosophy of revising, that is 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. Now, what you did right after the class, that was 1 day revision. You revised it on the same day that you made it. The second one is going to be after 1 week. Now, when are you going to do this? Let us say your fluid mechanics classes are going on. It will take somewhere around 20 days for the professor or the lecturer to finish fluid mechanics. Now, let us say I finished fluid mechanics today. Today, let us say it is 20th of August. And then I'll mark it on my calendar that on 27th of August, I have to give somewhere on like 2 days, 27th and 28th, maybe side by side, or maybe 2 complete days. You'll have to again revise the class notes. But this time, you're not going to read each and every line written in your class notes. You're only going to go through the underlined part. Also, the other job that you have to do while the subject is going on is solving the previous year questions of GATE or engineering services or whatever competitive examination that you're preparing. That you'll have to do after 1 chapter is over, because generally previous year questions are available chapter wise, right? So 2 to 3 days, 1 chapter of, let us say, heat transfer, heat exchanger is over. So after 2 to 3 days, when the heat exchanger is over, I'll pick up that chapter's previous year question of GATE and engineering services, solve it all, and then that job is over. And I've talked about it in the star mark questions video, that you'll have to star mark some questions which you are not able to solve in one go. Now, after the 1 week revision that you are doing on 27th August, that one I mentioned, over there you are going to revise the underlined part, and also you are going to solve the star mark question. This is your first revision. The second revision is going to be after 1 month. Now, 27th August, 27th September, you again plan it on your calendar that you are going to again revise it 100%. 100% meaning the underlined part, the star mark questions, you are going to solve it again, and you are done. This is as much as you are required to revise class notes. After this, you are not going to revise class notes. You can revise your short notes, you can revise your micro notes, you can solve the star mark questions again, or you can just give some test series. Over there, we are going to talk in the video of cyclic revision. But you need to understand how to make your class notes, how much to revise your class notes, how to revise your class notes while you're revising it. And if you know this much, you are not going to be wasting time. So some people revise class notes too much. They are wasting so much time because they want to revise every nook and cranny of everything that they have written in their class notes. Please understand, Everything that is written in your class notes is not necessary for your competitive examination. Let us say you want a room on second floor. It is not going to happen that you will not go from first floor to second floor or climb the stairs or take the lift, directly flying into your second floor room. So that base has to be constructed. So a lot of times professors are going to give you some information that has to be known to know what is actually important for competitive examination. So do not study everything that is written in your class notes. Study only the part which is important for your competitive examination that you are going to find out as you solve previous year questions. So I hope that everything is clear. Any more questions, put it down in the comment section. And I've already made a video on this more than a year ago. It was in Hindi. So some people who are finding more convenience in Hindi must be saying that please make the videos in Hindi. भाई already बना दिया मैंने वीडियो. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं जैसे भाई वीडियो हिंदी में भी बनाया कर, ये इंडिया है. First of all, either you are too ignorant or you have not visited all of the India to understand that everyone in India does not understand Hindi. But if you are more convenient with Hindi, the Hindi version is already available. Go through it. Now we have already talked about this, that everything written in your class notes is not important for your competitive examination. But here's another thing. Everything written in your class notes is not important for your written test, and everything is not important for your interview. Sometimes your teacher just might be telling you some concept which is not important for the written test but will be important for your interview. Those things, what you're supposed to do is write in a box in a corner. For example, over here also you can see that few things which are only important for interview, few conceptual things are written in a corner. You can also put a box. Those are the things that you are going to go through before the interview and not going to go through, definitely not going to see before your written test. So make your class notes like that so that it is very easy for you to go through again and again. Also, sometimes your teacher might even say that this is important for GATE examination, this is important for engineering services examination. So you should not be messing with engineering services important things before GATE examination, right? So like this, you can save minutes every time you revise. Over time, when you revise it 3-4 times, you can, for example, 2 times you have to definitely revise class notes. After that also, sometimes you might get stuck somewhere, come back and go through that part again. So when you're revising so many times, you're saving that many amount of minutes or hours every time, and you can save like days and weeks like this, and sometimes even save a whole year. A lot of people prepare for competitive examination, work very hard, but do not come out with result, and they don't even know what happened because they made these small mistakes. So I hope that you understood it properly. I hope that you took notes. I hope that you are going to definitely implement. Otherwise, it's such a waste of time. Anyways, I'm going to end this video over here. Check out our new podcast, Torq and Fire, available on YouTube channel Amalgam. I'll put the link down in the description box. The Spacecast podcast is on space technology, and the Momentum podcast is coming out on this channel itself on careers. So I'm going to end this video over here. I'll see all of you in the next one. Till then, bye.